From Bigfoot attacking animals in Russia to monster-terrifying hunters in Texas, these are some of the most recent Bigfoot attacks caught on camera. It was 2023 when a Reddit post titled "Real Bigfoot Attack" left many scratching their heads. According to the uploader, a hunter was deep in the snowy woods tracking prey when he heard a growl. As he got closer, this is what he saw. A huge creature, completely covered in fur, aggressively threw something on the ground and stumbled down a snowy hill while moving toward the hunter. The video looked genuine, and so far, no one has been able to prove it a hoax. Bigfoot sightings and attacks in Russia aren't new. Back on November 22, 2016, a few men driving late at night reported something terrifying. Seconds into their clip, something or someone appeared right in front of their vehicle. It looked like a humanoid covered in fur hurrying away from the headlights. Then in 2024, another video appeared on Reddit.
Oh my gosh, what is that right there?
This time, the figure remained completely still, not moving, hiding, or reacting, leading some to suspect a hoax. But with so many sightings in the same area, it's hard to reach a definitive conclusion. The origins of the Russian Yeti legend can be traced back to the indigenous Mansi people, who have inhabited the Ural Mountains for generations. In their folklore, they speak of the Menk, a hairy, wild man of the mountains. Known by many names, including the Almasty, or the Russian snowman, these creatures are described as standing over 7 feet tall, with immense strength and the ability to vanish into the dense forests without a sound. One of the most infamous cases tied to this legend is that of Vladimir Pushkarev. In 1978, Pushkarev, a respected Russian geologist and cryptozoologist, set out to investigate reports of Bigfoot-like creatures in the Kolga Basin. He never returned. His disappearance has since been wrapped in mystery, with some speculating he may have come face to face with the very creature he was searching for. And then there are the darker theories. Some researchers point to strange incidents, like the Dyatlov Pass tragedy in 1959, as potential evidence of Yeti activity. Skeptics argue that most Russian Yeti sightings are cases of mistaken identity, with brown bears or even large wolves being blamed for the humanoid shapes caught on camera. But believers point out the way these creatures walk, upright and with an eerie human-like gait, as well as the consistency of descriptions from vastly different regions. Russia's vast wilderness, especially Siberia, is one of the least populated areas on Earth, with endless forests and mountain ranges that remain virtually untouched. Could something be hiding out there, far from prying eyes? It was 2014 when 3 hunters came forward claiming they had encountered something terrifying in the Texas woods. According to their story, they had heard rumors of a creature roaming the area, preying on livestock, and decided to go looking for it themselves, hoping to put an end to the threat once and for all. But their plan didn't go as expected. When they actually spotted the creature, everything changed.
Rick, I'm going back to the camp!
The creature attacked the man holding the camera, and the video ended abruptly. Miraculously, the hunter survived and later came back to tell his story. For many, this was a shocking tale, but the locals already knew what it was: the Bigfoot, a well-known cryptid in Texas. After that 2014 attack, the story didn't stand alone for long. Another sighting came out of Bastrop State Park in 2013. Campers staying overnight reported seeing a shadowy figure moving between the trees. Along with that, they described snapping twigs and low grunting sounds coming from the forest. No clear visuals, but enough to scare multiple campers into leaving early. Then there was San Antonio in 2015. A family camping in a remote area said they heard bizarre noises throughout the night. When they looked out from their campsite, they claimed they saw a tall, hairy creature standing not far away. What made this report stand out was that it wasn't isolated. Other campers in the same area reported similar sounds and sightings. The sightings don't stop in East Texas. In Central Texas, between Round Rock and the Balcones area, there's a long-running story of something living deep in the woods. One witness recalls seeing it from a distance as a child, though they later questioned whether it could have been a hermit, known to live there in the 90s and early 2000s. Another Bastrop story adds to that pattern. A landowner with 160 acres of pine forest claimed a family of these creatures lived on his property, rummaging through trash and stealing birdseed unless offerings were left out. No photos or videos ever surfaced, and the property was eventually sold after the 2011 wildfires destroyed much of the land and his home. At the same time, skepticism remains strong. Many believe these sightings are misidentifications, hoaxes, or explanations rooted in known wildlife or human activity. When you line these stories up, a pattern forms. Tall, hairy figures, remote locations, strange sounds, brief encounters that leave witnesses shaken but empty-handed. From hunters being attacked in 2014, to campers hearing screams at sundown, to families spotting figures at the edge of firelight. The reports may differ, but the descriptions stay eerily consistent. Whether it's folklore feeding imagination or something unknown moving through Texas woods, the sheer number of sightings keeps the legend alive. Back in July 2024, two guys went up a hill because they claimed there was a strange creature in the area. They were live streaming at night, mentioning that while the area already felt uneasy during the day, at night it felt completely different. As they moved uphill, they suddenly stopped after hearing heavy footsteps and movement nearby. This is what they captured.
Oh man, dude. Did you hear its fuse?
As they continued, the noises seemed to guide their movement. When they climbed higher, the sounds appeared to come from below. When they moved down, the sounds seemed to come from above. Later, they came across a piece of paper on the ground with the words Proyecto 14 written on it.
It says Project 14, the rest is illegible. Project 14.
Despite this strange discovery, they continued, and that's when they finally saw what they were looking for.
We're seeing it from the front, friends. Oh man, first time, there it is, man, there it is, first time, friends, what the hell is that?
It was a very large creature, grayish in color, and completely unlike any human. After that encounter, they decided it was best to leave. After seeing that creature on the hill, it's hard not to think about the legends tied to this part of the world. Deep in the jungles of southern Mexico, where trees grow thick and shadows stretch long, locals whisper about a creature called the sisimite, Mexico's version of Bigfoot. They say it roams the dense forests of Campeche, Chiapas, and Quintana Roo. Massive and ape-like, covered in dark hair, walking upright on two legs. Its face is said to look almost human, with deep eyes that seem to glow in the night. The locals warn that its scream can paralyze anyone who hears it, a sound so piercing it freezes you mid-step, leaving you helpless in the jungle. The origins of the sisimite legend are just as mysterious. Some researchers think it might be a memory of prehistoric apes, while others see it as the jungle itself taking form, a symbol of the wild places we rarely touch. In 2004, an expedition tried to track it down. They didn't get footage, but they collected countless eyewitness accounts from local communities. People speak of it as both feared and respected, a guardian of the forest that punishes those who disrespect nature. So when you watch that video from July 2024 with the paper saying Proyecto 14 and the massive gray creature looming in the dark, it starts to make a little sense. This isn't just a random story of hikers seeing something strange. It's a piece of a much larger puzzle, a creature rooted in folklore, fear, and the untamed jungle, a being that's been haunting the imagination of Mexico for generations. Whether it's real or just a story passed down through time, the Sisamite reminds us that some mysteries refuse to be explained, and sometimes the wild keeps its secrets for a reason. Back in 2019, a tourist decided to explore an abandoned park in the Moscow region. What started as a simple walk quickly turned into a nightmare. The tourist heard screams coming from deeper in the park. Thinking maybe dogs had attacked someone, he grabbed a stick and rushed toward the sound. But what he saw stopped him cold. A massive, hairy figure, standing fully upright like a gorilla, appeared in front of him. The creature's gaze locked on him, and he froze. He managed to snap a quick photo on his phone before the figure started chasing him, running after him for 200 to 300 meters. Before retreating back into the shadows of the park. Russian zoologist Ivan Kolpakov examined the photo and said it matched the characteristics of Bigfoot. The location was unusual, but the climate could suit the creature, he added. The girl screaming in the park, if she survived, remains a mystery. Thankfully, there have been no recent disappearances reported in the area, so it's likely she made it out. Whether it's real or just a story, this incident is a chilling reminder. Abandoned places aren't always empty, and some legends might be closer than you think. It was November 2025 when a man randomly recorded clips while exploring a forested area in Canada, and what he captured on his camera was nothing short of terrifying. This is what the video showed. Almost hidden behind the trees, a large creature appeared to be busy with something. From the brief footage, it looked like it was placing big rocks in the area, as if engaged in some deliberate activity. The video was only a few seconds long, so not much could be concluded from it, except for one key detail. It was recorded in Canada, the same region where a similar video had surfaced back in 2024.
I heard some shit right here.
Then there was the scream, a sound that was neither a normal animal nor human. The man filming was certain he had captured a Bigfoot screaming on camera. In November 2025, a Reddit post surfaced claiming a possible encounter in northern British Columbia. Back in the early 2000s, a man and his girlfriend were taking a trip near the remote town of Atlin, south of Whitehorse. After relaxing in some warm springs, they decided to hike up a small ATV trail into the forest. Everything seemed normal: birds, squirrels, the usual wilderness sounds. But suddenly the forest fell completely silent. That silence was broken by a scream, loud, aggressive, disturbingly human-like. Both of them froze, realizing something was wrong. They turned back toward their vehicle and hurried down the road, glancing at the trees behind them, shaking all the way. No bear, no cougar, no other humans, just a bipedal creature they couldn't explain. Another sighting comes from the Alberta Rockies, not far from Banff. A physician, someone reliable and focused on science, was hiking alone when he saw an animal perched on rock spires far too high for a human to climb. The creature stood upright, then jumped down, landing perfectly on two legs before disappearing into the tree line. He never mentioned Bigfoot explicitly, only that what he saw couldn't be human. These sightings aren't isolated. Bigfoot enthusiasts in Canada have been searching for decades, from British Columbia to Alberta and beyond. Despite countless blurry videos, grainy photos, and eyewitness accounts, there's still no concrete proof, no body, no bones, nothing definitive. Yet, believers like Todd Standing continue to track these creatures, showing tourists signs of tree breaks, footprints, and other mysterious indicators. Convinced that Sasquatch is out there, just beyond the tree line. Canada's wilderness is vast and unforgiving, and perhaps that's why Bigfoot continues to elude clear capture. Every scream in the forest, every shadow moving between the trees adds another piece to a puzzle that has fascinated people for over 50 years. Whether it's real, misidentified, or simply folklore, one thing is certain: the legend of Canada's Bigfoot still roams the wild, waiting to be seen. A video went viral on TikTok back in 2023, and this is what it showed. It appeared to be a bear and another creature tangled in a fight, but it wasn't the bear that caught people's attention. It was the other creature. People were confused because it didn't look like any normal animal they'd ever seen. Big, upright, covered in hair, and moving in ways that didn't seem human or bear-like. Some viewers joked it might be an interdimensional Bigfoot traveling with UFOs or aliens. But one thing was for sure, it wasn't a man in a suit, because there was no way someone can fight off a bear. Whatever this was, seeing it wrestling a bear has left the internet baffled, and the clip quickly made history for its sheer wildness and mystery. In 2023, a video uploaded on Reddit shocked many, especially those living in Australia. The footage showed an animal torn apart, with massive footprints scattered across the area. The prints were too large to be human, and they didn't match any known animal either. Whatever had made them, it clearly possessed immense strength and intent, and this wasn't the first strange event in that area. A couple of years earlier, a local Reddit user shared their personal Yowie encounter. They were 13, living on a farm surrounded by bushland. One late afternoon, as the sun was setting, they heard a high-pitched, hyena-like laugh echoing through the property. At first, they froze, thinking it was just a kangaroo. But then, moving through the trees, they saw it. A massive creature, upright, hairy, muttering to itself, walking in strange patterns. The smell was wild, but not foul, and it seemed aware of them. It paused, showed its teeth, then climbed a steep embankment and disappeared. The kid bolted home, terrified, and couldn't sleep for nights, convinced the creature was watching. This isn't new for Australia. Over a century ago, a shooting party in Megalong Valley spotted a wild man. Entirely nude, hairy, and tall, the figure vanished into the bush while leaving footprints of unusual size. Locals speculated about a hermit, but many believed it could have been the Yowie. So, what exactly is the Yowie? Known also as the Yehu, Yuri, or Hairy Man. It's Australia's Bigfoot. Aboriginal legends describe it as 5 to 9 feet tall, with reddish-brown fur, fang-like canines, and talon-like claws. Unlike other Bigfoot types, it's aggressive, sometimes tearing apart kangaroos, dogs, and occasionally humans. Scientists speculate it could be a descendant of Gigantopithecus, or even a living prehistoric human, though the exact origins are debated. Some even theorize it could be a bipedal marsupial, unique to the Australian ecosystem. Sightings are still happening. In early 2021, several reports came in from Queensland. People describe high-pitched screams, large footprints, and glimpses of a tall, hairy humanoid. And with each story, whether it's the video from 2023, the Reddit encounter, or century-old newspaper reports, the bush proves it still holds creatures we can't explain. Whatever the Yowie is, it remains elusive, powerful, and terrifying. And one thing is clear, anyone wandering Australia's bushlands should stay alert. You never know what might be watching. A video surfaced in December 2025 that left everyone watching completely shocked. A team was using a drone to explore dense woods, searching for a creature they had heard about in local legends. Everything seemed normal at first, until a massive tree suddenly started moving on its own.
Go about another 50 yards and go up about 40.
Oh, that's a bitch! You hear that? What is that? Oh, look, 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 look! Oh, my God! There's a tree coming down! Oh, bitch, there's a tree coming down! Look at that!
The tree didn't sway like it does in the wind. It was pushed and bent with a force no human could generate, and there was no machinery, no vehicles, nothing around. The dense forest made it impossible for any hidden equipment to be involved. Within moments, the tree snapped and fell, leaving the team stunned and scrambling to comprehend what they just witnessed. But this wasn't the first time something like this happened. Back in 2023, a wildlife camera caught a similar moment in the same kind of forest. The footage shows trees shaking violently for no reason, accompanied by animalistic roars. Whatever was moving through the forest had immense strength, enough to shake multiple trees, yet stayed completely hidden. When you link the two events, the patterns are clear: trees moving violently, impossible strength, and loud roars, all pointing toward a creature capable of incredible physical power. And given the location, the behavior, and local legends of big, elusive humanoids, it's not hard to consider the possibility that Bigfoot could be behind these sightings. Whether it's a cryptid roaming the forest or something we've yet to understand, one thing is certain: whatever it is, it's massive, strong, and very real to those who witnessed it.
From ghostly figures lurking behind unsuspecting deer to creepy creatures hiding in treetops, this compilation has it all. Sometimes, it's not what's right in front of you that sends shivers down your spine. It's what's lurking behind. You can see a figure literally manifest. A reflection from inside the house. It looks like an old man, maybe holding a child, or could there be two figures? It's hard to say. Could it be the spirit of the old man who died here? Some people think it's just a trick of the light. But those dark, unblinking eyes seem all too real. Could this be one of those black-eyed kids people whisper about? Or something more sinister? After this photo, the couple moved out for good. Honestly, I'd have been out the moment I heard those footsteps. This isn't just a reflection. There was something there. The question is what? And what could it have done if they'd stayed? Good for them for leaving. Deep in the woods, you'd expect to see trees, maybe hear birds. But what about hundreds of plush toys hanging from trees? This eerie scene looks like it's pulled straight from a twisted fairy tale. Imagine walking down this forest path and finding every tree with a stuffed toy on it. Plushies tied up, hung, or perched on branches. They all look oddly clean. No sun-faded colors, no signs of weathering, and the forest is silent, those button eyes almost watching you. Who put them here, and why? It's not just one or two, it's every single tree along the path. What is this? A strange offering, or perhaps a warning? It feels like the start of a horror movie. One thing's for sure, I wouldn't be hiking here. If I stumbled across this path, I'd turn around and run in the opposite direction. If you know what this is, let us know in the comments. This woman says she's been in this haunted house for 8 years. You'd think by now she'd either move out or get the place ghost-proof. What we hear is a constant banging echoing through the house. This ghost is seriously obnoxious. It's like it just wants everyone to know it's there. Talk about needing attention. The sound's coming from the kitchen. But when she finally gets up to check, it stops. Classic ghost move, right? Playing hide and seek with really bad manners. But here's the thing. 8 years and no harm done. Maybe this ghost is just annoying. If there is such a thing as a harmless ghost, this one might be it. We don't see anything, just hear the banging. Could be someone off-frame making noise, right? Let's dive into my biggest fear, deep waters. You see that? Something is lurking beneath the surface, and it's massive. All we can see are those scutes, bumpy ridges peeking through the water. Whatever it is, it's huge. Could be a saltwater crocodile. They grow up to 20 feet, after all. But even if it's just a croc, that's no comfort. It's monstrous, and it really makes you wonder, how much of what's underwater do we even understand? Water is easily the scariest element. Why? Because you never know what's below you. Every time you take a swim, you're rolling the dice. Seeing those scutes slicing through the water, yeah, that's enough to send a chill down anyone's spine. Whatever this is, a croc or sea monster, it's a reminder that the ocean has secrets we might never uncover. Ever heard of a flash flood? Well, this clip will show you exactly what it looks like. You can see the water rise so quickly that he barely has time to react. He scrambles up a tree just in time, and within seconds, the area is submerged under 3 to 4 feet of water. It's almost unbelievable. A flash flood turns calm into chaos in the blink of an eye. This is exactly why water is so unpredictable. You could be standing somewhere perfectly safe, and in moments it becomes life-threatening. The sheer power and speed of the flood are awe-inspiring and terrifying. Always remember, the force of water is far greater than it seems. Don't ever think you can stand your ground or swim through it. This guy made the smart move getting up that tree. He's literally holding on for dear life here. What would you think if you looked up and saw this in the sky? It's almost too perfect, like it belongs in a science fiction movie rather than the real world. What could create something like this? A natural phenomenon, or maybe something out of this world? Some say it's just a rare lenticular cloud formed by specific weather conditions. But then again, the swirling center and the way it seems to glow, it almost looks artificial, like some kind of portal. Could this be a sign? Or maybe even an alien spacecraft hiding in plain sight? The more you look, the stranger it seems. It's no wonder the locals are buzzing. How often do you get to see something that looks like it stepped straight out of a sci-fi film? Is it just an unusual cloud or something much more mysterious? Let us know what you think in the comments. Imagine walking through the desert and suddenly seeing a massive crack splitting the earth beneath your feet. That's exactly what happened near Hermosillo, Mexico.
Lamentables hecho, pues aquí que se raja la tierra. No sé si sea por...
This huge crack appeared out of nowhere, stretching across the desert. Locals were shocked when the earth opened up, and even more so when they saw its size. It's not just a small split. This crack is massive, deep enough to swallow anything in its path. One rancher said some grazing animals were unlucky enough to be caught, disappearing into the ground. Just imagine, the earth suddenly opening up beneath you. It's like that scene from the movie 2012. Not a massive hit, but if you're watching our channel, you'd probably love it. Nevertheless, what caused this? A seismic event? Underground erosion? The crack looks like a scar across the landscape. A reminder of just how unpredictable nature can be. It's not every day you see the earth give way like this. And it makes you wonder, how safe are we if the ground beneath us can just split wide open? For the Bigfoot enthusiasts out there, I recently managed to create a Bigfoot figurine that I absolutely love having as decoration in my living room, or gifting to some of my friends. If you would like to get one of these for yourself, check this link on the screen or from the video's description. There's a limited number of them. Imagine gliding across ice so crystal clear you can see straight down. Well, you don't have to imagine. This next clip shows you exactly that. This person is skating over the deepest lake in the world. Beneath them is Lake Baikal. the deepest lake on Earth, plunging to an astonishing depth of 5,387 feet. But here on the frozen shallows, you can see everything. Cracks, bubbles trapped beneath, and even the dark abyss beyond. It's breathtakingly beautiful, yet there's an edge of terror. One wrong move, one unexpected crack, and you're staring into what feels like an endless void. You can almost feel your heart rate spike as the skater glides smoothly, with just inches of ice separating them from the depths below. Skating here isn't for the faint-hearted. I definitely wouldn't take that risk. Would you dare to step onto this crystal clear ice? What happens when a deer thinks it's part of the herd? This next clip features a deer that's got some serious confidence.
Oh my gosh. Look at him strut.
It's almost like the deer believes it's one of the horses. Or maybe it just wants to convince the woman that it belongs. No hesitation, no awkwardness, just pure confidence as it blends in and follows the herd through the gate. Does the deer know what it's doing? Is it just after some food, or does it actually think it's part of the group? If it's smart enough to do this, what else could it do? What else is going on in that animal's mind? It makes you wonder, do they have memory and thinking abilities like we do? Whatever it is, one thing's for sure. This deer definitely knows how to play the role of a social chameleon. Sometimes, the most unsettling things happen when everyone's asleep. This next clip shows something slithering through a front yard in the dead of night. It's the kind of sight that leaves you wondering if you've stumbled across something that shouldn't be seen. What could it be? A cryptid sneaking through under the cover of night? Or maybe it's someone who's had too much to drink or high on something crawling back home. Either way, it's unsettling. Seeing this makes you wonder, how safe is your neighborhood, really? Whether it's a cryptid, a prank, or someone having a rough night, one thing's for sure, it's creepy. What would you do if you saw something that looked like it came straight out of the Mummy movies?
Do you see that in the tree? Oh, what?
From different angles, different shapes appear. A teddy bear with a knife, a rhino, and finally, a bunch of demonic faces. So what's going on here? Is it something real, or is it just pareidolia? A phenomenon where our brains see familiar shapes in random patterns. The mind can be easily fooled, but this tree is still creepy. Whether it's something real, or just a trick of the brain, this tree is definitely unsettling. If I saw that in real life, I'd be creeped out for sure. In this intriguing video, people are filming from a bridge, capturing the serene scene of water below, illuminated by the lights reflecting from nearby restaurants. The atmosphere is calm until something unexpected and astonishing happens.
That is exactly how it happens. Oh, here it comes.
From beneath the bridge emerges a massive, strange-looking creature crossing the water. It's notable for its unusual shape and a particularly elongated neck. Unlike any typical aquatic animal, the creature's appearance in the water is so unusual, and I'm not sure what this is. It might be a seal that comes very close, and from the weird lighting, it makes it look like it has an elongated neck. Do you agree? In this video, a man ventures into the woods at night, his only source of light being a flashlight. The darkness adds a sense of mystery to his surroundings. As he walks, he films his journey, capturing the eerie quiet of the nocturnal forest. When he points his camera towards a tree, an unexpected sight appears. A humanoid creature partially hidden behind the tree seems to be watching him. Combining it with where they are and at what time makes it a truly nightmare story. Is it a person, perhaps another night wanderer, that tried to scare them with a costume? Or something more mysterious and unexplained? Could it be the rake, considering making these guys one of its snacks? In this intriguing video, somewhere out in Russia, a man is out in the woods during the day with his kid, enjoying the natural surroundings. While filming their adventure, he unexpectedly captures something remarkable on camera. Behind the trees, a large, hairy creature can be seen running. It's huge and notably runs on 2 feet, bearing a striking resemblance to what many people would identify as Bigfoot or a really giant rake. The creature's size and bipedal movement are particularly noteworthy. They are human-like sprints, but also have something animalistic about them, something that will surely scare you to the core if you encountered it. From my perspective, while the footage is fascinating and the possibility of a Bigfoot or rake sighting is thrilling, it's also likely that there could be a more practical explanation. Could this video be fake? This video takes us inside a hen house, where an unexpected visitor, a fox, has made its way in. The camera captures the fox cautiously observing the hens, embodying the classic predator-prey scenario. Initially, the fox leaves without causing any disturbance. However, moments later, it returns with a more determined approach, leaping from the top of the henhouse in an attempt to catch a hen. Despite its efforts, the fox fails in its first few attempts. In a subsequent try, the fox successfully grabs a hen and bites it. But the hen manages to escape, evading the fox's grip, ultimately leaves the henhouse without any prey. I know the struggles of farm life, and I am sure the owners were pleased of the outcome, considering that a determined fox could have killed all the animals there. But they must also be concerned for the future. Captured by a surveillance camera, we see a man diligently working in a room with a table holding several jars. Unexpectedly, while the man is focused on his task, one of the jars begins to move on its own, eventually falling off the table as though it was pushed by an unseen force. Startled, the man turns to find the jar's contents spilled on the floor. He quickly calls someone over, possibly a colleague, to show them what happened. There appears to be a brief, animated discussion, perhaps about the cause of the incident. The man then returns with a mop to clean up the mess. In another surprising turn, as he's cleaning, another jar starts to move. This time, he notices in time and manages to prevent it from falling. Could this be the work of a mischievous ghost? But why would it be in such a factory? In this video, a woman captures a dramatic scene from the beach. The camera shows the shallow waters near the shore, where a shark is in pursuit of a stingray. The chase is intense, with the shark swiftly moving through the water, trying to catch the stingray. The shallow water near the beach becomes a battleground for these two sea creatures. However, as the shark aggressively chases the stingray, it suddenly finds itself in water that's too shallow for its size. This moment of realization is visible as the shark quickly turns around, allowing the stingray a narrow escape. The stingray swiftly glides away to safety, disappearing into the deeper waters. This video, captured by a surveillance camera at the docks during the night, shows a chilling scene. One man is engaged in a phone conversation while another stands nearby. Suddenly, the man on the phone is violently dragged into the water by an unseen force. The nearby man rushes to help, but, overwhelmed by fear, he retreats and runs away. After a tense moment, the man returns cautiously to the dock to check if the creature, or whatever pulled the other man into the water, is still there. As he's observing, the situation takes another unexpected turn. The man who was dragged into the water is thrown back onto the dock. What exactly was that? In this video, a farmer is filming his routine visit to check on his bees when he encounters an unexpected sight. Behind a bush, he finds a black goat, an animal he doesn't own and isn't supposed to be on his property. The farmer notes something odd about the goat. Its appearance seems unusual, not like a typical goat. As he films, the farmer ponders the oddity of this encounter. The goat's strange look and its sudden appearance in his farm stir a sense of mystery. In folklore, black goats have been associated with superstitions and even myths about the devil. Could this be it? This terrifying clip was recorded somewhere in India when a group of men in a car spotted something nearby in the bushes and decided to stop and capture it on the camera. At first, everything seems pretty normal. But then just after a second, a head appears from behind the bushes, and we can clearly see that it was a wild animal waiting to pounce upon the first thing that passes closer by it. Not long after, a bike with 2 men on it happened to pass by with a closer distance, and the tiger, which was hiding, saw it as the best opportunity and attacked. Luckily, however, the tiger couldn't get to even touch them, and it kept running and went into the darkness again. Roads and highways like these have always been dangerous, especially at night when it gets hard to spot the danger nearby. Therefore, we all need to be very careful, at least when passing by these places. Recorded somewhere in Utah, this clip shows something that shocked every person who saw it. As they were on their way home, they spotted a huge being roaming around somewhat closer to where they were. So the person stopped the car and recorded the whole unusual scene on camera. If we talk about it, we can see that not only were the arms way too long to be a human being, but the head appeared to be sitting very low on the shoulders, as in, it was a very short neck or forward sitting head. Also, the head appeared small compared to the torso. This is commonly reported about the creatures known as Sasquatch, also noted high knee bend, when it is more profiled to the camera. So yes, it has all the characteristics of a Sasquatch. Size, coloration, stride, long arm swing. But truth be told, I cannot really tell. The video surely does not appear to be edited or altered, so yes, there is a bit of a chance that it might actually be real. This video was captured by someone who went into the deep, dark woods right in the middle of the night, and the reason behind them deciding to do so still remains unknown. Why would a person decide to roam into the dangerous wild specifically at the time when it is most dangerous and deadly? Upon wandering around a little, the man discovered something that surely sent shivers down his spine. Right above the tree were 2 glowing eyes staring right into the man's soul. The eyes were there for a few seconds before disappearing behind the tree, leaving the man shocked and eager to leave as soon as he could. Ask me, and I'd say it was a stupid thing to go there all alone because we can never know what lurks in the darkness there. And to me, the eyes look very real, though they could easily just belong to a wild animal glowing due to the flashlight. Just like the man in the previous clip, this one is also venturing around in the forest, right in the middle of the night. With a flashlight on and a camera recording, he looks here and there as if looking for something. And his quest for the unknown comes to the very end, when he sees a woman in a white dress walking right in the middle of the path he was on. The scene was terrifying enough to even make a grown man scared. The woman appeared to be a little distance away and was walking away from the man, or maybe even floating away from the man, because the motion did not look like someone walking to me. Her dress and her whole self were more transparent, which gave the man an idea that it definitely being a ghost. Even though the video ended right there, let's just think that he decided to run as fast as he could. For me, it could easily be CG, created to scare the people on the internet. But if it isn't, then God save us all. A man mounted on a tree stand looking for some bears or deer nearby recorded a sight he had never imagined. At first, it just looked like a shadow moving behind the woods, and the man thought it must be a bear. So he kept his focus on the thing and waited for it to come out into a more clear area. But as the creature kept moving, the man could see that unlike a bear, the creature was walking on two legs, just like a human would. Seconds into recording it, the man became sure that it was not a usual wild animal that he had just spotted. So after the creature was gone, the man rushed to his home and uploaded the clip on YouTube, where of course the first response he got was of the creature being a Bigfoot. From where I am seeing, it does look like a Bigfoot and closely resembles the characteristics. Unless and until it was someone with a costume on. There are times when even the hunter gets hunted, but thankfully it wasn't that case in this clip. When a hunter had set up everything and was all set with his equipment looking for some animal to pass by so he can hunt them down, he was paid a visit by an unexpected guest. A bear spotted him from afar and thought it would be a good idea to charge at him and try to scare the man away. So the bear tried its best, but unfortunately the man was completely armed, and going closer to him would mean losing its life, so the bear turned away soon and went back to where it came from. Now, considering the fact that it was only one bear which gave the hunter a chance to scare it away, if it were a whole group, it would have been a really difficult situation for the man. A group of men in Texas have dedicated their whole lives to the sole purpose of proving that Bigfoots are real. They venture into the woods, setting up cameras and collecting as much proof as they can. A couple of months ago, when they thought they had enough proof, they held a press conference and decided to tell the whole world that what we all think of as belonging to mythical stories is actually the truth. That Bigfoot is as real as us humans and other animals. They recorded a clip from a night vision camera, and it can be seen walking around in the woods. And this wasn't all. They even had a clip which they claimed to be of a sleeping Bigfoot right in the middle of the woods during daytime. According to them, Bigfoots are shy creatures. Therefore, we don't get to see them often. But that does not mean they are not real. Personally, with so much proof, there is a chance that these men might be right. But there is always a doubt, you know. What if those are all fake? Driving on a deserted road can indeed be a creepy and eerie experience, and encountering something like a werewolf would be the stuff of nightmares for any driver. In this particular case, the driver was cruising along a quiet road when they suddenly slammed on their brakes after spotting something highly unusual at the roadside. This creature doesn't resemble any familiar species. While some might argue that it has a wolf-like appearance, a closer look reveals some very peculiar traits. Unlike regular wolves, this creature appears to be strolling about on its hind legs, which is quite unusual. Additionally, its arms seem skeletal and lacking flesh. Its ears might resemble those of a dog, but the combination of its arm structure and the way it walks on its hind legs gives it an eerie, almost monstrous quality. The big question here is, what could this creature possibly be? A man was peacefully sleeping when suddenly his ducks outside started making a ruckus as if they were under attack by some predator. In a hurry, he rushed outside with his camera, hoping to capture whatever was disturbing them. As he pointed his camera towards their shelter, everything seemed normal at first. However, if we rewind the video and slow it down, we can spot an eerie sight. A pair of eerie, lifeless glowing eyes lurking near the duck's house. These mysterious eyes quickly darted out of view when the camera turned their way. In the moment, the man recording the video didn't notice the unsettling eyes, but when he later reviewed the footage, he was shocked by what he saw. Now, he's much more likely to believe his ducks when they start making a commotion again. In a video captured by a hiker during a trip through the Canadian forest, something initially appeared to be a lurking bear among the trees. However, as the hiker zoomed in for a closer look, it became clear that this was no bear. Strangely, this creature seemed to recognize the hiker, despite the hiker's attempts to remain hidden in some bushes. For some time, this mysterious creature simply stared blankly at the hiker, almost as if it was studying him. Eventually, it retreated back into the depths of the forest. What makes this encounter especially eerie is the uncertainty of its intentions. Right from the beginning, this creature appeared massive, even though we never got a full view of its body. It was covered in thick orange-brown fur and bore a striking resemblance to the legendary Bigfoot. Ghosts might not be aware of our modern security cameras and surveillance technology, often choosing to reveal themselves when they believe no one is watching. A peculiar encounter occurred in the kitchen of a restaurant after it had closed for the night. In this eerie incident, the trolley began to move on its own, sliding a short distance before items resting on it tumbled to the ground. It was a closed environment with no one present, eliminating the possibility of a breeze or wind causing the movement. While some might argue that the floor had a slight slope, causing the trolley's movement, it raises a curious question. Why were the other two trolleys nearby not affected in the same way? This inexplicable sight left those who witnessed it feeling both unsettled and bewildered. One can only imagine the unease restaurant workers might feel. This intriguing video originates from a trail camera placed within an Australian ironwood forest. Its primary purpose was to monitor the local fox population, but it ended up capturing something truly captivating. As the video begins, we're presented with a nighttime view of the forest. Suddenly, the sound of branches crunching under pressure becomes evident, indicating the presence of something moving. Then, a dark figure emerges, strolling through the woods. This figure stands impressively tall and massive, easily measuring around 8 to 9 feet in height. Its appearance is somewhat humanoid, marked by a hunched back and long, slender arms. The mystery of this creature's identity has sparked debates among viewers. Some speculate it could be the Australian version of Bigfoot, while others propose that it might be a chimpanzee or even a gorilla. What do you think this colossal being could be? Considering that we've only explored 5% of the ocean, it's intriguing to ponder what incredible and massive creatures might inhabit the remaining 95%. This video offers a glimpse of the ocean, and we can spot a large, enigmatic creature on the water surface. Right from the beginning, this creature appears remarkably large and possesses an unusual half-body that doesn't resemble any aquatic creature we're familiar with. As it swims further away, its enormous body displaces a significant amount of water, emphasizing its immense size. Additionally, in the video, we can see other fishermen working in the distance. It's quite unnerving to imagine them laboring in the vicinity of this mysterious river monster. This video was captured by a trail camera, intended to monitor animal activity, but ended up recording something quite disturbing. In the video, we observe a well-worn trail running through the forest, suggesting frequent human use. It's nighttime, and a man enters the frame seemingly unfazed by the potential risks of walking along such a forest path after dark. The man casually progresses down the trail, but after taking a few steps, something startles him. A dark figure attacks him, gripping his leg and attempting to drag him away. The man resists, regains his composure, and flees. Interestingly, the figure that attacked him doesn't appear to be human, but rather a transparent, dark, ghost-like entity. After the attack, this ghostly figure vanishes into thin air. The question arises, was this a genuine encounter with a ghostly entity? Or could there be another explanation for this eerie incident? As a solo hiker, the last thing you want is an unknown creature stalking you from the depths of the woods. Unfortunately, that's precisely what happened to this hiker. In the video, we can see that the hiker is recording his surroundings in a forest, and it appears he's deep within its heart. While recording, he spots something incredibly creepy. A dark figure peering out from behind a tree, staring directly at him. Witnessing this, the hiker becomes increasingly scared and anxious, and you can hear his heavy breathing. He can hardly believe his eyes that there's a creature peeking at him. At first, he considers the possibility that his mind might be playing tricks on him. But as he approaches the figure, it moves and swiftly disappears behind the tree. When the hiker sees the figure move, he bolts for his life. Undoubtedly, this was a genuinely terrifying sighting, and if I were the hiker, I would have hightailed it out of there at the very first glimpse of this Bigfoot-like creature. This video was recorded from a harvester, and the uploader claims to have clear evidence of a Bigfoot sighting. The video is slowed down, and it shows a view of a field at the edge of a forest. Suddenly, a massive figure jumps from a tree, then starts running to the left, makes a hard right turn, and disappears back into the woods. This creature appears human-like and is quite massive. It strongly resembles the legendary Bigfoot, which is known to inhabit deep forests. Seeing this video, it's clear that this Bigfoot was far from its usual habitat. What might have brought the Bigfoot out there? Perhaps it was curious about the harvester machine, or interested in the person operating the machine. The video raises intriguing questions about the behavior of this elusive creature. Encounters with bears get more and more terrifying as we dive deep into that part of the internet. Take this clip, for instance. This grandma was dozing off sitting in the sunlight on her porch when a bear came to investigate what was happening. Surprisingly, it wasn't until the bear was so close that it was literally sniffing the woman that she realized what was happening. Panicking, she got up and ran, while the bear, not getting a hold of what suddenly happened to the woman, ran too. As I said before, bear encounters are increasing, so stay safe out there, folks. Let us set the scene. A group of friends venture off on a camping expedition. Setting up camp in the middle of nowhere, the site is surrounded by a large forest and is extremely isolated. What started off as a fun night away turns into something way more sinister when a series of blood-curdling screams begin to pierce the still night air.
We're like or something. That was a female screaming, Phil. Please, please, please. No.
The screams are chilling to hear. It is as if someone is in great pain or is being attacked. The men venture out with their flashlights to investigate the source of the commotion, but there is nothing there or visible to them to explain the origin of the sound. You'll want your headphones for this. As the men investigate further, it is evident. they have set up targets for practice, one of which is missing. The nightmarish screams continue, and it is unclear where they are emanating from.
On the ground.
They notice that one of the bottles that was hung for target practice is now lying on the floor and has been replaced by something else hanging from a rope. It is a crudely made corn husk doll. Usually, the dolls were simply childhood playthings, but in this context, hanging from a rope, it seems way more disturbing. A symbol of the harvest, the corn husk doll is also used to ward off evil. Is it possible that it is related to the screaming coming from the forest? Whatever is out there sounds as if it is enduring an unimaginable horror. Even though the men are armed with rifles, they don't stick around to find out what that horror is.
Oh, no.
Known as the night crawlers, or also the cryptids, creatures of Mexican folklore, have gained so much popularity online that it's joined the ranks of Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and the Mothman. And this clip records not just one, but two of these descending down a hill. Fortunately, captured by a camera mounted nearby in Yosemite Lakes Park in 2011. When uploaded on the internet, this clip had everyone in shock and wondering if the night crawlers were actually real. This video is what sparked the rise of speculation over the cryptid, inspiring many people on YouTube to discuss legend. To some, the video looked real, and to others, it looked edited and altered for the sole purpose of pranking others. To me, the video looks like an edited one, but if you consider it being so old, editing of the clips was not as efficient as it is now. So that would mean there is a little chance of it being real too. The original source of this footage remains unknown, but it has garnered significant popularity within the Spanish-speaking community. In the video recorded by a hiker, a ghostly figure emerges in the heart of a forest, resembling a witch. As the hiker zooms in, the unsettling and devil-like facial features of this creature become more apparent. The entity exudes an aura of pure malevolence, adorned with long nails, and appears engaged in some mysterious activity with a cloth hanging on a rope. What heightens the unease for me is the witch's direct and piercing stare, seemingly delving into the viewer's soul. Adding to the eerie narrative, the hiker recounts being cautioned by locals about the haunting presence of a witch's spirit in the forest. Despite such warnings, the hiker initially dismissed them as mere rumors. Many of the reported Bigfoot sightings seem to be concentrated in Canadian forests, suggesting that Canada might be a hub for these legendary figures. This particular video originates from the Canadian national parks of Banff, Alberta. The footage unfolds in a snowy wooded area, with the person recording the video clearly uneasy by something unseen. The camera pans and zooms, attempting to identify the source of the unease. Suddenly, the cause of the disturbance becomes evident. A massive head can be seen peeking out from behind a tree, seemingly stalking the cameraman. The head is imposing, resembling that of a hefty gorilla or ape. The intriguing part is that Canada lacks a native gorilla or ape population, further deepening the mystery of this creature's identity. However, the cameraman, convinced that it was indeed a Bigfoot, claims to have encountered it earlier. The truly unsettling aspect of this video for me is the massive creature lurking and stalking from behind a tree. If I were in the cameraman's position, instead of recording, the instinct to run away without looking back would likely be my choice. Trail cameras offer a fascinating glimpse into scenes that might be unsafe or impractical to witness in person. In this particular trail camera footage, the focus is on a fence, and on the other side, a calm raccoon leisurely strolls about, engrossed in its activities. Meanwhile, in the backdrop of pitch-black darkness, a pair of glowing eyes emerges. These eyes exude an unsettling aura as they lock onto the camera, revealing the head of a creature that resembles a bear or a similar animal. Even if the creature is identified as a bear, the disconcerting aspect lies in the uncertainty of its gaze. I can't make out whether it's fixated on the raccoon or staring directly at us through the camera lens. The mysterious and eerie nature of the scene heightens the intrigue. What are your thoughts on this encounter captured by the trail camera? Embarking on forest trails can be a serene and calming experience, but when undertaken at night on an isolated path, it can unfold into an encounter like the one captured in this video from California. The footage features a hiker navigating a desolate trail in the darkness, relying on a flashlight to illuminate the path ahead. While walking, the hiker suddenly spots a large humanoid figure in the distance. This enigmatic creature, jet black and towering, crosses the trail seemingly oblivious to the hiker and the beam of the flashlight. The hiker, realizing the presence of this Bigfoot-like creature, promptly decides to run away. The encounter was very intense, and thank God that the hiker saw this creature from far away instead of going too near. The uncertainty of these encounters makes us wonder what these creatures can do if someone bothers them on the trail. This video, originating from India, captures what could be described as a nightmare scenario for a rancher. The security camera footage unfolds in the backyard of a house, where vehicles are parked. The rancher emerges into the backyard, only to be startled by his shelter cow rushing towards him in distress. Recognizing that something is amiss, the rancher is suddenly confronted by the source of the cow's fear. The lion is in hot pursuit of a calf and manages to grab hold of it. In a moment of swift and impressive action, the rancher showcases remarkable log throwing skills, striking the lion with precision. The impact prompts the lion to release the calf and flee. Following this intense encounter, other cows enter the backyard, also alarmed by the lion's attack. This incident proves to be a tense and challenging moment for the rancher and the distressed cows. Nevertheless, the rancher's quick and courageous response in defending his livestock should be praised. I am not sure I would have had the same guts. When we think of clowns, we often associate them with humor and laughter, but for some, the concept evokes phobias, and this video vividly illustrates why. A photographer deployed his drone to capture scenic shots of a cornfield. As he raised the drone, he casually waved at it before directing it toward the cornfield, obtaining captivating cinematic shots. However, the footage took an eerie turn when he stumbled upon something unsettling. In one shot, the drone encountered a mysterious figure in an orange outfit with a clown mask, eerily staring back at the camera from within the cornfield. A momentary standoff between the drone and the clown ensued, after which the clown swiftly ran towards the woods, disappearing from view. This peculiar video raises numerous questions, such as the unsettling presence of the clown in the middle of the fields, and the reasons behind its intense gaze towards the drone. The mysteries surrounding this encounter leave us with a sense of curiosity, prompting speculation about the clown's motives and presence in such an unexpected location. Was it all a setup, or are there truly such disturbed people out there? When we were kids, we loved the idea of mermaids, but as we got older, we started thinking they were just made up. However, this video has made me rethink things. Filmed by a scientist, the video shows a beach scene with what seems like a human skeleton at first. But if you look closer, it's not a human skeleton. The creature's bones are strange, with long, sharp teeth and no human legs. Instead, it has a fish-like tail. The scientist carefully cleans the skeleton, revealing more weird things like thorns on its head that look like a crown. This mysterious creature is unlike anything we've seen in stories or real life. The mystery deepens as the scientist guesses that this creature might have come from the 95% of the ocean that we haven't explored yet. The idea that a creature like this could wash up on the beach makes me curious about what's in the unknown parts of our oceans. This video comes from an Indian village and shows a really intense lion attack. The security camera footage starts with a group of cows in a total panic, running around like crazy, and the guard dogs are running away too. In the middle of all the chaos, one brave dog stays put and faces the danger. The reason for all the panic becomes clear when a big lion shows up. The dog, which was brave before, quickly changes its mind and runs away to safety. Even though the lion is going after them at what seems like a slow pace, you can see how scared everyone is as the whole group of cows take off running for their lives. What's kind of disturbing about this video is how casually the lion is walking around the streets of India. It makes you think that maybe these kinds of encounters happen a lot for the local animals, where lions chase after herds as part of their daily search for food. The video shows how wild animals and people have to share the same spaces, and it's not easy for either side. People have been believing in ghosts forever, but times when someone has actually seen the ghosts are very rare. However, these people who were out on a foggy night, enjoying the winter season, when they sensed that there was someone standing in the middle of the road, it did not take long for the figure in the fog to become slightly clear, and they could see it was moving around the road. Unable to make out if it was a real human or a ghost, they stopped the car and waited. However, it didn't take long for the figure to start moving towards the car, which freaked all of them out. And they decided to reverse the car and drive away. For me, it does look like a ghost. If nothing else, and it is in fact just a man, this does not make it any less creepy. Recorded in 2021 by another guy who has spent years of his life on finding Bigfoots, and this time he came upon a jackpot. A huge shelter in the middle of the woods, somewhere in Canada, is what he saw. Knowing that he will find some concrete evidence here, he mounted his trail camera on the tree nearby and left after recording a good bunch of videos of the shelter. As he returned the next day to see what was going on there, he saw broken trees everywhere. Shocked at what might have resulted in this situation, he took his camera and went back. At home, he found that the trail camera had recorded a couple of pictures and clips of the beast responsible for all the destruction and living in that shelter. It was a huge being with a body completely covered with black fur and a walk like a man. According to the man, this beast was feeding on rotten flesh of the animals and has been destroying trees in other places as well. And personally, this looks real to me as well. In this minute-long video, we see two guys driving late at night in Malaysia as they witness the most terrifying ghost sighting ever. To give you the context, the video was recorded by the dash cam of the car as they were going over the famous Penang Bridge, famous for suicides. There have been multiple ghost sightings before as well, and this was the first time it was ever recorded. The woman in a red dress appears on the left side of the road first. Then again, as they move forward, and in the end, she appears right in the middle of the road, forcing the guys to stop the car. Even then, she does not look at them, or anything, but just keeps moving forward, making the guys freak out as they should and reverse their car, regretting their decision of driving at night. Ask me, and I would say that it looks like a ghost, and considering how others have seen ghosts on the bridge before too, this might be an authentic clip as well. Trail cameras have been used for years to keep a check on the daily activities of the animals. However, there are times when these cameras have recorded things that shock the whole world. Take this video, for instance. For about 3 minutes straight, it shows a creature trying to mess up the camera while preventing successfully from being captured on it. Now, there could be a possibility that the motion detecting thing on these cameras triggered the creature and it decided to destroy it. While the creature was busy doing its job, we can hear its breathing sounds too, as if it tried to bite out of the camera, even though a lot of people related it to the existence of Bigfoot. For me, it could easily be any animal like a bear, annoyed by the camera recording it all the time. While a husband and wife were up on the snow-covered mountains hiking in January 2013, they heard something strange. Eager to get it on record, the man takes out the phone and starts recording a video in case the sound emerges again. At first, we hear nothing, but then a terrifying growl can be heard echoing the mountain, scaring the couple.
Oh, this is it. Maybe what, 2012? It was 2013.
As the growls started getting louder and louder, the couple thought it would be better to get out of the place. According to them, it was a remote area with hardly any humans around, and they have gone there for hiking a number of times and never heard anything like that. The scream covering the whole area sounded like a beast, all angry, ready to cause chaos anywhere it will go. Thankfully, the couple got away safe before the creature could get close to them. And to be honest, that sounded unlike any animal. So there is a big chance it was of a Sasquatch or some other deadly creature wandering in the woods. This video was posted on Reddit by a user who claimed to have captured a sighting of a nightcrawler in his backyard. In the video, we can see the person holding a flashlight, trying to find something or someone in the forest behind their home. They shine the flashlight on nearby trees and scan the area, but then they hear a growling noise that sounds like a cat. This sudden cat-like growl startles the person, and they quickly shine their flashlight on a tree in the distance. Behind that tree, they spot someone peeking out. This mysterious creature emits another eerie growl, which genuinely frightens the person, causing them to run away. Upon closer inspection, this creature appeared to be a skinny humanoid with a naked body, resembling the description of a nightcrawler. This man was out with his dog when suddenly, his dog started barking toward the woods ahead. The man then noticed a huge and tall figure walking through the woods and decided to start recording. As he recorded, his dog continued barking at this dark furred entity. But the figure just kept on walking, seemingly ignoring the bark. This creature strongly resembled Bigfoot because of its towering height. You can compare its size to the trees in the area, and it looked to be around 9 to 10 feet tall. Additionally, its posture while walking appeared quite human-like, and it had long arms. As for what this creature really was, it's hard to say definitively. Some might believe it was Bigfoot, while others may have different theories. It certainly remains a mysterious and intriguing sighting. This video was recorded by a truck's camera, and it captures a very strange experience on a remote road. In the video, the truck is traveling along a desolate road when suddenly, a figure starts forming at the side of the road. As this figure takes shape, it becomes more like a proper human-like shape, and once it solidifies, it starts running and crosses the road. This figure is white and ghostly, almost like a spirit, and it crosses the road incredibly fast without any concern for the approaching truck. Initially, the truck driver thought they had a close call with hitting a person, but when they got out of the truck to check, there was no one there. The world can be quite strange at times, and occasionally we witness things that seem like glitches in the Matrix. In this video, we see a view of the sky with something very unusual happening. There's a bright and shiny orb in the sky that resembles plasma, and it's emitting a brilliant light. After a while, this orb produces luminous rings and sends them flying around, almost like something you'd see in a science fiction movie set in space. While one possible explanation for this occurrence could be malfunctioning electrical lines creating these plasma-like fields, it's challenging to explain the smoke or vapor emitting from them. In this video, a man is recording a bright light in the night sky, but it's not just the light. Around it, in the shape of a triangle, 3 lights seem to turn on and off periodically, as if following a pattern. Even due to the darkness, the lights can be seen in the sky. It seems to be something suspended in the air. Could this maybe be a UFO? It's interesting to note that there have been numerous reports of sightings in recent years. In fact, a new declassified US government report on UFO sightings has revealed hundreds of new cases. The US National Intelligence Office is now aware of 510 reported sightings. While many of these sightings can be attributed to human origins, more than 100 of the encounters remain unexplained. Could this one be yet another one that needs our attention? A video taken by a Mexican woman in an unnamed cemetery in Brazil has gone viral, featuring a terrifying vampire baby doll that appears to follow you with its eyes. The doll, which is dressed in all white and had a bottle of what looks like blood next to it, has racked up hundreds of thousands of views online and has even appeared in Mexican media. People are likening it to the demon doll Chucky from Child's Play, but many feel that this doll is even scarier. Some are saying that the doll must be possessed by the devil, while others believe it to be an advanced-made doll. However, the video is so unnerving that many viewers are left unsure of what to believe. One thing is for sure, this creepy vampire doll has captured the attention of people all over the world. This guy was exploring an abandoned building at night when he has a very scary encounter. As he was approaching one room, he became hesitant for a moment before opening the door. The doors creaked open, revealing a small, cramped space. In the corner, huddled and naked, was a creature that looked like a man. Its appearance was just wild, and its skin was pale and clammy. He turned and ran, his heart pounding in his chest. To me, I think this could be the infamous Skinwalker that always appears rather naked. Could it have also been some person in distress, needing assistance? What do you think? This video was captured on a GoPro camera mounted on a four-wheeler as it traveled along a trail. In the footage, we can see the four-wheeler racing along the path before suddenly coming to a halt. The rider stops because they notice a dark, massive figure crossing the trail at some distance ahead. This strange figure, even at that considerable distance, appears quite huge. It is covered in thick black fur and exhibits a walking posture that resembles that of a human. While some might speculate that it could be an ape or gorilla, such creatures typically do not inhabit this type of environment. Therefore, The most plausible possibility is that this figure could indeed be the legendary Bigfoot. This video originates from Montana and showcases a wolf-like creature, but there are eerie and unusual aspects to its appearance. While it certainly resembles a wolf in some ways, there are distinct differences in its facial features and body structure. What sets this creature apart is its front legs, which are bent in a manner similar to that of a monkey, and its hind legs, which also deviate from the typical wolf anatomy. This peculiar combination has led some viewers to speculate that it might be a werewolf, as such mythical beings often possess these unique body features. Moreover, the creature's facial expression appears both creepy and aggressively predatory, underscoring the sense of unease it evokes. Regardless of its true identity, encountering such a creature on a trail or in the forest would undoubtedly be an unnerving experience. Security cameras are installed to provide us with a sense of safety and surveillance, but at times they capture events that send shivers down our spines. This particular video is from Indonesia, where a car is parked in front of a complex. After a few moments, something truly bizarre occurs. A greenish smoke materializes seemingly out of thin air, shaping itself into a humanoid figure, and then swiftly disappears. The greenish hue of this mysterious smoke gives it an eerie quality, and its transformation into the form of a human girl suggests that it might be a ghost or spirit. What makes this encounter even stranger is that after its passage, the entire atmosphere takes on a greenish tinge, almost as if the ghostly spirit interacted with the surrounding light or became visible near the installed light bulb. What are your thoughts on this mysterious phenomenon? This video, posted on the Creepy Captures subreddit, is not for the faint of heart, especially if you have arachnophobia. The uploader claims to have captured footage of a gigantic spider-like creature in his garage floor. As the video unfolds, we can see a recessed area within the floor, and inside it lies a truly eerie tarantula-like creature. This tarantula is notably large, featuring its signature spindly legs and a substantial body, all quite reminiscent of a typical tarantula. The camera person then cautiously employs a wooden object to prod the creature and determine if it's still alive. To their surprise, the tarantula moves in response to the prodding. What makes this encounter particularly strange is the coloration of the tarantula. While some species of tarantulas, like the pink-toe tarantula, exhibit an entirely pink body, this specimen is different. Its legs are distinctly dark black, which contrasts sharply with its otherwise pink-hued body. This unique coloration raises intriguing questions about the specific species or variety of this tarantula. This video is undeniably spooky, and it sent shivers down my spine when I watched it at night. The footage was uploaded to Facebook by a homeowner who claimed to have heard peculiar footsteps on their roof. In an attempt to investigate, they captured something truly unsettling. As the video unfolds, we see the homeowner using a flashlight to illuminate the source of the mysterious rooftop sounds. Suddenly, they spot a head peering from the rooftop's edge. Upon zooming in, the features of this head become more apparent. It has a distinctly humanoid appearance with two clearly visible eyes. Moreover, the head displays a shockingly pale pinkish skin tone, and there is evidence of white hair. The video cuts off at this point, leaving us with this eerie image of the head lurking on the roof. This encounter is indeed hair-raising, and one can't help but sympathize with the homeowner's dilemma, whether to confront and eliminate this enigmatic presence or simply vacate the premises altogether. This unsettling video was shared on a TikTok account named PeachAssassin99 by a concerned lady. In the video, she recounts a rather peculiar experience with her landlord. According to her, the landlord sent her pictures showcasing the new windows recently installed in their house. However, upon receiving and closely inspecting the images, she made a spine-chilling discovery. As she zoomed in on the left window situated near the chimney, she noticed a doll positioned behind it. The alarming part was that she claimed not to own any dolls herself, and there was no such doll in her possession when she had last checked. To add to her fear, visible scratches were apparent on the windowsill. In an attempt to reassure herself, she revisited the same spot, yet there was no trace of the doll. This bizarre occurrence left her deeply disturbed, especially considering her strong aversion to dolls. Many viewers of her video suggested that perhaps it was time for her to start looking for another place to live, as it seemed her current house might now belong to someone or something else entirely. This video originates from Montana and showcases a wolf-like creature, but there are eerie and unusual aspects to its appearance. While it certainly resembles a wolf in some ways, there are distinct differences in its facial features and body structure. What sets this creature apart is its front legs, which are bent in a manner similar to that of a monkey, and its hind legs, which also deviate from the typical wolf anatomy. This peculiar combination has led some viewers to speculate that it might be a werewolf, as such mythical beings often possess these unique body features. Moreover, the creature's facial expression appears both creepy and aggressively predatory, underscoring the sense of unease it evokes. Regardless of its true identity, encountering such a creature on a trail or in the forest would undoubtedly be an unnerving experience. Security cameras are installed to provide us with a sense of safety and surveillance, but at times they capture events that send shivers down our spines. This particular video is from Indonesia, where a car is parked in front of a complex. After a few moments, something truly bizarre occurs. A greenish smoke materializes seemingly out of thin air, shaping itself into a humanoid figure, and then swiftly disappears. The greenish hue of this mysterious smoke gives it an eerie quality, and its transformation into the form of a human girl suggests that it might be a ghost or spirit. What makes this encounter even stranger is that after its passage, the entire atmosphere takes on a greenish tinge, almost as if the ghostly spirit interacted with the surrounding light or became visible near the installed light bulb. What are your thoughts on this mysterious phenomenon? Encounter trail cameras are pretty cool because they show us some amazing bits of nature we might not get to see in person. In this video, which was taken with a trail camera, we're looking at a snowy trail. However, there's something strange. As the video begins, a really tall stick-like figure starts moving in the distance. This figure is gigantic and has 2 long stick legs, and it doesn't seem to have a normal body. It's more like those stickman characters you might have seen. This stickman-like figure casually crosses the road, going about its day as if it's just a regular workday. It's a really strange sight, and I haven't even seen anything like this in movies. This video comes all the way from Russia, and it claims to show a real sighting of the legendary Yeti. In the video, we're in a snowy place, and then, out from behind a tree, a massive creature appears. When you see it, you'll notice just how big this creature is, especially when you compare it to the nearby trees. It's covered in white fur, which might make you think of a polar bear at first, but its sheer size is pretty startling and unusual. What's even more strange is that when this creature takes a few steps, you can see its entire body, and it's standing on 2 hind legs. Polar bears typically can't do that. So if it's not a polar bear, could it be the legendary Yeti? Or perhaps something even more mysterious and cryptic than that? A group of construction workers busy with their pipe-laying job, started hearing unusual sounds coming from one of the sewer holes. They got curious and decided to investigate. In the video, you can hear the workers discussing the strange noises coming from the sewer. As they work, one of the workers, recording the scene, moves closer to the sewer hole to get a better look. Suddenly, a weird and creepy head pops out for just a moment before disappearing. This really spooks the workers, and they quickly step back, looking quite startled. Upon closer examination, that mysterious head appeared to be that of a lady ghost. It had a dark complexion and some very odd, alien-like eyes. After this eerie encounter, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these construction workers thought about quitting their jobs the next day. I think horses are some of the most loyal and powerful animals around, but there are things that can even frighten these strong-willed creatures. This video is from a horse stable, showing us the view of the stable with horses in it. Out of the blue, one of the horses gets spooked, as if it sensed some kind of danger nearby. All the other horses in the stable also become uneasy and anxious, like something has entered their space and is causing them fear. After a while, we get to see what's causing all this commotion. It turns out to be a strange, unknown creature. This peculiar entity comes into contact with one of the horses and seems to be doing something to it. The horse, after this encounter, is really scared and calls out for help. What do you think this odd-looking creature could be? Could it be a ghost? You've probably seen many videos of mysterious creatures caught on camera, but have you ever witnessed a strange creature sighting on live TV? In this video, it's during an interview on a popular TV channel where a lady is talking about a rally track. While she's giving the interview, something peculiar is happening in the background. There's a ghostly figure floating near the lady's head, and this figure doesn't have a clear, definite shape. It's slowly changing into an irregular form. At first glance, it might seem like a ghostly figure, but there's also a reasonable explanation. It could simply be the lady's hair, and it appears that way due to the quality of the camera. However, no matter what it is, it's undeniably a strange and unexpected sight. This family was enjoying their summer vacation on their farmhouse when they came across something truly unusual. In the video recorded by family, we're looking at a field, and in the distance, there's a dark, furred, humanoid figure strolling along. You can hear the family's voices, filled with confusion and amazement, as they try to figure out what this creature might be.
You do.
What on earth?
That's not a deer.
He's dead. That can't be that's not a cow. It's walking on 2 feet.
This creature doesn't quite match anything they're familiar with. While it might look a bit like a bear, gorilla, or ape, the way it walks and carries itself doesn't resemble any of those animals. The person who uploaded the video, one of the family members, firmly believed that this was an actual sighting of Bigfoot, mainly because of its tall and human-like appearance. What do you think about this mighty creature? Hearing strange and eerie noises in the pitch-black darkness can be quite frightening, and that's exactly what these kids experienced. In the video, there's a brother and sister recording something in the darkness when suddenly a really scary and weird noise, like rumbling and screaming, breaks out.
Wait, I see something. It's coming towards. What's that white thing? Look at what happened.
The sister thinks it might sound like an animal in distress or calling for help. The brother, on the other hand, notices something moving in the distance and mentions that he sees something coming toward them.
Wait, I see something. It's coming towards.
It's indeed a strange and unsettling encounter. Many questions arise, such as why these kids are out there in the pitch darkness late at night, and where their parents might be. This video is like something out of a scary nightmare for many of us. It was recorded at a pipeline station, where the camera person was inspecting the pipeline with a flashlight. While they were busy inspecting, something suddenly emerged from behind the pipeline structure and started running. This creature was hunched over and entirely naked, without any fur on its body. It moved in a really eerie way, with its two hands almost touching the ground as it ran. This creature resembled a cryptid monster that might have been lurking around behind these pipelines for some time. Some viewers who watched this video suggested it might be a ghoul, but it didn't quite match the typical appearance of a ghoul, especially because of its strong hunched back. This was indeed a very strange and unsettling encounter. Parents often install nanny cams to keep an eye on their children and ensure their safety. However, in this video, something very eerie and bizarre was captured. The nanny cam recorded this video at 3 in the morning, showing a view of a hallway. In the video, we can hear scratching and banging noises, which are really unsettling. Then, a strange figure's outline appears in the darkness in front. What follows are truly scary sounds, like heavy, anxious breathing and sniffing, as if some possessed animal is breathing nervously. After these strange noises, there's a loud bang, and the room door suddenly opens. As the door opens, the figure goes inside the room, and that's where the video ends. I can only imagine the fear and concern the parents must have felt after seeing this unknown creature wandering around near their children's room like that. If you're not a fan of jump scares or being startled, I should give you a heads up that there's a bit of a jump scare in this dashcam video. In the video, we're looking at the view from a car's dashcam as it's speeding down the road. The car is going really fast and picking up even more speed. Despite this high speed, the driver seems to have good control over the car. But out of the blue, a figure suddenly appears right in front of the car, and there's no time for the driver to brake, so the car goes right through this figure. The strange thing is that this ghostly looking figure seems to come out of nowhere, and when the car goes through it, there's no sound or impact. After that, the camera goes kind of dark. This ghostly figure had a human-like shape, was wearing a black shirt, had no face, and its whole body looked like a witch. Whether it was a ghost or a person, it's always a good idea to drive slowly and safely. If you've never been a believer in the existence of aliens and UFOs, watching this video might change your mind. This video shows 3 peculiar lights up in the sky. What's really odd about these lights is that they form a perfect triangle and move swiftly around. Additionally, the lights seem to flicker, going from dim to shining brightly, giving the impression of some kind of aircraft. The person who posted this video, along with many others, believes that this is a sighting of a UFO. However, there's another logical explanation. It's possible that these are 3 drones, controlled by a computer, and their formation is programmed to be that way. Regardless of what it might be, it's certainly got the attention of the locals. This video might seem a bit puzzling, and it could be a camera glitch or the result of 2 videos overlapping. In the video, we see a bedroom door that is open. After a while, a figure resembling a child enters through the door. This figure moves around a bit, and then exits the room. After some time, the same childlike figure enters the room again and seems to play around. From a paranormal perspective, it could look like a child ghost. But if we take a logical view, it might be due to the overlap of two videos, one showing an empty room and the other with a child playing. What do you think it could be? If you're a hiker on your own, it's a good idea to heed this advice. Avoid venturing deep into the woods like the person in this video. In the video, we see the hiker walking and enjoying the peaceful surroundings near a waterfall. While recording the beautiful scenery, the hiker pans the camera in a different direction and notices a person standing there, just staring at the hiker. The hiker spots this human-like figure and talks about it in their own language.
Wow, 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 wow. Wow, sino ka po?
This figure continues to stare at the hiker for a few moments, before eventually deciding to walk away. The figure's calm and stalking behavior was quite unsettling and gives off an eerie vibe. If I were in the hiker's place, I would have quickly made my exit the moment I saw this creepy figure following me. This video was recorded by some tourists who went to the woods to get a nice experience of nature and wildlife. However, this man with his camera saw something intriguing there and decided to record it on his camera. At first, nothing weird happened, but after a second, a creature got up from the ground and walked forward. The creature had been sitting on the ground all that time. Therefore, it couldn't be seen on the camera. It then squatted on the ground again. It looked like it was looking for something. The brief moment the creature was a little clearer on the screen, we could see it looked like a huge gorilla, but the way it walked was closer to how a human walks. The video was later given to the authorities, and they checked the whole area for the being, but found nothing. There is always a chance that it was just a gorilla with an extraordinary walk, but it could be Bigfoot too. You never know. This video was recorded in California a couple of years back when a man was driving home and witnessed something out of the ordinary. While the weather looked quite foggy and the view from the car was blurry, one thing that caught the man's attention was a slightly dark figure that appeared in front of the car and then disappeared to one side of the road in a second. Even though it started and ended in mere seconds, the sight was enough to scare the man to his core. He uploaded the video on the internet, where many people were quick to claim that it was a skinwalker right there. However, some people thought it was just his mind playing tricks, or maybe the thick fog that made him think it was a figure, while in reality, there was nothing there. Recorded in a junkyard, this clip captured something that shocked the entire internet when it was uploaded. The man was recording his junkyard, showing different cars in the video, and everything seemed quite normal at first. However, as he moved forward towards another car, a nearby black car started moving on its own. It freaked the man out a bit too, and he moved towards it to see if anyone was inside the car. But as he got closer, he saw that there was nothing inside except spare parts and tires. So how was it moving then? The mystery didn't end here. After a few minutes, the car started moving on its own, freaking the man out a little more. However, he still went to check if anyone was inside this time and found nothing. Not just this, the red cross drawn on the car makes the whole thing even more mysterious. Some people on the internet were sure that it was his son or a little kid pushing the car from behind. However, the man kept claiming that the car moved on its own. This video was recorded by a biker who was riding along on his bike. According to him, he rode through the woods often and had never seen anything weird before. But then one day, he was just going his way when he spotted something strange on the path. He stopped the bike And that's when we saw a huge creature getting up off the ground and running to hide behind the tall trees and bushes. The few seconds the creature appeared on camera showed us that it had black-colored fur covering its whole body, like what a gorilla or maybe a Bigfoot would have. Because the way it was running away was not how a gorilla would run. Its walk and posture were more like a human. However, it can always be a human because we could only see the creature for a brief moment. Dolls have always been associated with mystery and horror, but not many have believed in these kinds of superstitions. However, there are times when dolls are captured on camera being spooky. Take this clip for instance. It shows a man with a creepy clown doll. He has already set up a camera and places the doll right in front of it on the sofa. The man then proceeds to arrange the doll's posture and everything. He puts the doll's hat on it and then leaves the room. A minute passes without anything happening. But then we see the doll, which was facing downwards, now moving and lifting its head up, staring into the camera for a while, before going back to its initial position. Even though this was all the doll did, it was spooky enough for the man when he saw the recording later. Recorded in 2008, this clip had everyone in shock back then, wondering if it was real or not. The clip shows a weird-shaped object flying in the sky. It had lights around it, and it was flying so close to the ground that even the residents of the area could see it easily. The object flew over the area for a few minutes before disappearing in the sky somewhere. The clip was all over the news with questions asked from the authorities about it. Was it some secret military jet? There were hundreds of questions on every mouth. However, the authorities failed to answer any and just claimed that they have nothing but the video only to say anything more about the strange object. A YouTuber named Tim was out with his friends on a hunting trip when they stumbled upon something unusual. At first, the video appears quite normal, with deer grazing around and everything. However, as the man focuses on the sky trying to record the whole scene, he sees a weird object flying there. At first, he thought it was a balloon. But the speed with which the object was moving and in one specific direction, it was almost impossible for a balloon to do that. But then what was it? Was it a mysterious military drone, or was it some otherworldly thing? With just a video as evidence, nothing could be said. However, the video caused a lot of controversy on the internet for sure. A short video with just one thing in focus, a creepy goat standing on its back legs, staring into the void. The goat looked like it was a young one and had huge black eyes, which did not look like the eyes of a normal goat. The whole time the man was recording it, the animal did not move at all and kept in the exact same position. According to the man, he had never seen this goat near his house before. It came by just one night and was never seen again after that. The man said he was freaked out at first, but seeing it was just a goat, he went near it and recorded it. The animal never harmed anyone or made any noise. It just disappeared without anyone knowing, making the whole situation even more mysterious. Gone are the days when we used to think that bats only come out at night and sleep during the days, because this bat just totally did not follow the norm. As these guys were camping in the middle of the woods, they thought it would be nice to have a jam session right there. However, things quickly took a Disney turn when a bat came flying and tried cuddling with the man playing the guitar. Freaked out, he hurriedly pushed it away, making the bat eventually go back to where it came from. On a serious note, this is what happens when you mess with the natural habitat of animals. Not used to humans, the bat must have been freaked out due to all the noise, as they are pretty sensitive to sounds. And this is why all this happened. A man was out with his friends in the forest and heard some creepy noises nearby. Intrigued, he went to check on what it was and then ended up recording this clip. Even though a little blurry and low in quality, we can clearly see a spooky creature jumping around in the forest. The actions look like what a monkey would do. However, the size said something else. Many people believed it to be strong evidence of Bigfoot's existence. However, others disregarded it, saying that it is just a gorilla slightly larger than others. Honestly, if you look closer, it does look like a gorilla because of the way it is hopping around. But Bigfoots are quite close to gorillas, so we can never be sure. While the world was busy with Zoom meetings during the pandemic in 2020, there are things that happened in online meetings that were enough to make anyone scared. Take this clip, for instance. A girl was on a Zoom meeting with her friends when she kept feeling something odd about the Pinocchio doll she had set up on a shelf behind her. She kept looking back at the doll again and again, sensing some bad energy from it, and after a few seconds, she looked back again, and the doll fell from the shelf, hitting her face, shocking her. Even her friends who were in the meeting with her could not believe what had just happened. When the video was uploaded on Facebook, everyone was not just concerned but scared too. Everyone has dolls in their homes, and considering these videos, you might never know when they will start acting this creepy. Some people have a strong belief in real-life superheroes with extraordinary abilities like those seen in movies. In a mysterious video captured by a traffic camera, such a perplexing scene unfolds. Initially, the road appears completely empty, and then suddenly, seemingly out of nowhere, a woman mysteriously appears. She's carrying heavy bags, and her manner of walking suggests she's older. So it's puzzling how she could have moved so quickly that even the camera didn't capture her arrival. Some individuals think that there might have been a malfunction with the camera, causing it to momentarily stop and then resume when the lady was already at that point. This explanation could be plausible, especially if there's no visible timestamp in the video. However, if it isn't a technical glitch, it would indeed be fascinating to consider the possibility of humans having teleportation power. This video is really unsettling and looks like something straight out of a nightmare. It was posted on a paranormal encounter subreddit by a user who claims to have recorded a real encounter with a demon. The video begins with the camera focused on a house window in front of the person recording. In the window, we can see two glowing eyes staring directly back at the camera from a distance. This creature, or demon, had an unholy gaze and remains completely still. As the camera zooms in, we notice more eerie details, such as the creature being entirely pitch black, even though there is light around it. It reflects no light whatsoever. Additionally, as the video zooms closer, we can see horns on the demon's head. After a while, the creature moves away. Suddenly, as it goes out of sight, there's a loud and rapid banging on the door, and the video ends. What happened after that door banging is still unknown and adds to the mystery. Skinwalkers are known for their ability to take on the disguise of different animals. But have you ever seen one in its true form? This video is captured by a security camera, and right from the start we can see a figure emerging from behind a door. This creature is absolutely terrifying and has human-like features. Its body is completely naked, and it has long, slender arms, just like a skinwalker. What makes this video even creepier is the sinister expression on the skinwalker's face as it lurks and hides, seemingly waiting for someone to approach. It's hard to say what its intentions are, but one thing is for sure, they can't be good. From unsettling encounters with cryptids on the trails to the heart-stopping sight of a mothman staring back at you, and even footage of a massive tree-moving monster, if you're intrigued by the world of the unexplained, You're in for an extraordinary adventure as we explore each mysterious capture. Most Bigfoot sightings on the internet feature low-resolution footage taken from a significant distance, making it challenging to assess their credibility. However, this video is a rare exception, shot in high definition. It unfolds in the area of Banff National Park in Alberta, Canada, offering a glimpse of a snow-covered forest recorded by a hiker. The hiker is aiming the camera toward an enormous, hairy figure lurking in the distance. This creature appears to be massive and towers over the nearby trees. Its thick fur adds to the imposing image, and it gives off the impression that it might be stalking the hiker. Even in the absence of any aggressive behavior, the sheer presence of this formidable beast is quite terrifying. The question remains, was this creature the legendary Bigfoot, or could it be something even more sinister? People have talked about goblins for a long time, often in stories and legends. After watching this video, some might start thinking that goblins could actually exist. The video was recorded by a biker wearing a GoPro camera on their helmet, giving us a special view. In the video, we follow the biker as they ride along a trail, their motorcycle making a loud noise. Out of nowhere, a small, naked, human-like figure appears in the distance. This creature notices the approaching biker and tries to hide in the nearby bushes. The biker, curious about this strange sight, stops the motorcycle and tries to see where this mysterious creature has gone. This little creature, with its small size, exposed skin, and odd look, does resemble what some people might call a goblin. But the big question is, why was this goblin-like creature in that place? Was it searching for hidden treasures, or did it have some other unsettling reason for being there? This video takes us to the Mojave Desert, where an oil field worker captured something unusual while on the job. While working at the site, the worker noticed movement in the distance that drew their attention. They quickly started recording and managed to capture a truly scary sight. In the video, we see a tall, humanoid figure slowly walking along a trail. The creature's gait is peculiar, and it appears to be hunched over. Its long, elongated hands are reminiscent of a Bigfoot. After a brief stroll, the mysterious being disappears behind a bush. Some viewers have speculated that it could be a skinwalker, but based on the creature's appearance, it seems more likely that it was a local forest-dwelling Bigfoot. Whatever it was, it undeniably presented a strange and mysterious sight. This video is like something from a nightmare. It was recorded by a security camera and shows a view of a house driveway. Right at the beginning of the video, a humanoid creature that walks on all fours comes into view as it approaches the house. As this creature gets closer to the camera, its appearance becomes clear. It is completely naked with a human-like body. At first glance, you might think it's just a person acting strangely. But the way this creature moves on all fours, hunched over, is incredibly unusual. It displays remarkable agility as it moves all around the house, coming into the view of multiple cameras. The motives of this eerie cryptid remain unknown, but I'm quite certain that they were far from friendly. Two friends were out for a night ride on their snowmobile in the Canadian wilderness, and they ended up having an unforgettable experience. This video, likely recorded with a GoPro or a mobile phone, shows their snowmobile traveling through the snowy forest. The light from their vehicle illuminates their path, and they have their loyal dog with them. They're having a good time, riding through the snow, when suddenly, their dog starts barking and acting anxious.
What are you barking at?
The friends are puzzled at first, trying to figure out what's bothering their dog. Then, out of the darkness, something truly eerie becomes visible. A tall, humanoid figure standing there. The friends quickly realize what their dog sensed, and they hit the gas, speeding away from this strange and scary encounter. This humanoid figure appeared to be skinny and exceptionally tall, just standing there, possibly waiting for who knows what.
It was a truly chilling experience. This footage was captured by a home security camera in New Mexico, and it showcases the appearance of an unidentified humanoid creature. The creature was reportedly moving in a southern direction. In the security camera recording, we witness a humanoid figure sprinting across the driveway in a fraction of a second. This creature's physical characteristics and posture are undeniably strange. It possesses a hunched back, very thin legs, and appears completely naked. The head of this creature even resembles that of an alien. However, the video quality is somewhat blurry when zoomed in, preventing us from making a definitive identification. Regardless, the presence of such a creature in one's driveway would undoubtedly be an unsettling experience.
For more strange and interesting footage, check this out.